1980s, China's strict communist government had been slowly moving towards transforming their controlling actions and adapting to a more free market and a green democracy. So surprisingly, it was actually the students who were most interested in the possible democracy. In fact, after the death of Hu Yaobang, who was a former general secretary in China, students were seen lining the streets of Tiananmen Square in Beijing, China to pay their respects to him. He was one of the main proponents of the possible democracy, and once he passed away, the students felt that it was necessary for his legacy to be continued. The protests originally took off when a petition for fairer treatment in universities was brought to the steps of Tiananmen's Great Hall of the People. It was denied, and China's government began to reject the universities. The students lined the streets carrying banners, chanting slogans, and even singing their national anthem. On May 13, 1989, it was reported that more than 100 students began a hunger strike, and the number increased to several thousand over the next few days. The protests got so out of hand that a martial law was declared to try and displace the protesters. They were given an hour's time to move out, but in less than 5 minutes, shots were fired. Thousands of innocent civilians were either injured, arrested, and most of all killed. Some students were seen fighting back, but others frantically ran to any safety they could find. There's a famous image called the Tank Man, which shows a man holding 2 shopping bags standing in front of 4 oncoming tanks. He put his hand up to show the stop symbol, and the tank stopped, but he was later removed, imprisoned, and killed because of his actions. Civil disobedience in Tiananmen Square. Civil disobedience can best be defined as the refusal to obey commands or laws in a nonviolent way. The students peacefully protested for a change in China, and when they didn't obey the commands to clear the streets, they were killed. This conveys Henry David Thoreau's ideas of standing up for what you believe in to make a change.